I'm gonna do the clappy thing. Okay. Good. So it's been a long time since I made a video on here, and I am sorry for that, but it seems the right time for me to make a video right now. Like most other people, I am at home. It's not my home, but I'm at a home in isolation. And what can I say? It seems the best time to make a video and reconnect with people that way. So, a little update. So the last time I talked to you, I was kind of just beginning starting my master's degree in medieval studies at the University of York. I've since completed that, thankfully. It hasn't taken me several years to do that. And, you know, it was wonderful. It was so good. I made so many great friends there. It was very hard work, hence the no videos after a certain point, because it was, you know, head down doing the work, and at that time I just wasn't that good at kind of multitasking things. I've become a bit better at that. And now I am actually still at the University of York, but I'm doing a PhD, and my PhD is with the National Gallery as well as the University of York, so I get to look at paintings at the National Gallery. And I say paintings, it's kind of an important thing for me to note, is that although I did an undergrad in English literature and I talk about books and I really love books, somehow I found myself in a PhD that is just totally history of art, not really looking at manuscripts, only like peripheral kind of manuscripts. I look at paintings. So somehow I've gone from looking at books of all periods to then looking at books from the medieval period, and now I'm looking at medieval/Renaissance art. So, you know, if you're doing a degree and you're not sure that's what you want to continue with, then don't worry, because apparently you can just switch and slide around postgraduate study, so that's great. I wanted to take this opportunity just to tell you a little bit about the paintings that I look at. I'm not going to do an official kind of educational video this time, because I want to ease myself into it, but people did really enjoy when I did the kind of medieval videos, and I do want to do more of that. I've constantly had in the back of my mind that I really want to kind of get into that and do that as a regular thing, and I've actually switched to part-time PhD, and I think now is the right time for me to focus on kind of a creative outlet in that respect. So yeah, I wanted to kind of reintroduce myself in this video, and then kind of research a topic to talk about in the next video. And yes, but to reintroduce myself, I am Jordan. My name's Jordan. And my channel is Where There's a Quill. I also have a blog that I'm going to be trying to do kind of things on there soon, also called Where There's a Quill.co.uk. And like I said, I'm doing a PhD with the University of York and the National Gallery. And my PhD is actually called Settings and Subjects in Early Netherlandish Painting. So it's a fully funded PhD, thank God, because I could not afford one otherwise. And I look at the kind of backgrounds and settings of paintings. So I'll throw an example here next to me. So this is a picture of St. Luke, the Gospel writer, the evangelist. Luke out of Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. And he is here painting/drawing the Virgin and Child, so the Virgin Mary and the Jesus Christ as a baby. By the way, I look at religious paintings from the medieval period because there's not much other than religious paintings. Just a quick note there. And so I don't really look at the figures as in the people as much. I look at the places where the artist has put the people. And you know, in this painting, it's kind of a mishmash of things. We have a cloth of honor, or a cloth of honor, or a cloth of, that is a hard thing to say on camera, a cloth of honor or a cloth of estate behind the Virgin, and that's kind of a luxurious silk cloth behind the Virgin. And we actually have a lot of paintings that have just this cloth, or put this cloth right in the middle of the painting, and so that's one of the things I kind of look at as well. But we also see that we have a landscape in the background, we have a kind of idealized imaginary interior that they're both in. We see the kind of open windows out into the landscape, and these painters right now are from the kind of Netherlands, Belgium area, so open windows would not be a good idea because it would be too cold. It's not the kind of southern climate of Italian artists. But yeah, so we have a landscape, we have an interior, but also put up to in the back right of the painting, we see an artist studio in the background as well. And this is a very realistic depiction of art in the background. We see kind of mussel shells as used as painting, what's the word, kind of containers for paint, palette things, like mussel shells to contain the paint. And then we also have a palette and some brushes and a canvas. And so I look at kind of the just multitude of ways that artists could depict their subjects in, and ask loads of questions. Not entirely sure exactly what my overall point is yet, but there you go. That's the nature of a PhD. And I will actually, I think the first proper video I want to do is talking about this kind of genre of painting, and yeah, just more about it. So if you have any questions about this kind of painting that you want me to address in my official video for them, please leave a comment. That would be amazing. And yeah, I hope that some of you are still here and want to hear about medieval stuff, and also just general opinions of mine on books and art. And I realise that it's a very different thing as well. Like, art isn't necessarily part of BookTube and part of that culture, but I've kind of got here from there. So I realise if a lot of you aren't interested in the art so much, but please let me know. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.